2 cats now, Levi. Well, thank you. Thank you, thank you. That's 2 months for Levi. How have you been? How's your streaming been going? Adjusting another chair here. Trying to get used to something that might help the back a little bit. Oh, it's been a time over here. I'm glad to be getting back into it, you know. We are going to be just doing some scribbling and chatting, so, you know, feel free to join in if you want as far as talking. I mean, that's okay. You're busy, you're busy. Streaming is like watching TV. Sometimes you just can't get to it. Let's see this. Actually need to plug this in. Will be conducive to its function if it's plugged in. There we go. But yeah, if it's just been recently, you actually haven't missed much because there haven't been a lot of streams just yet. Or at least recently. Oh. But yeah. We have Ember top center up there. We have Sky in the lower left. He is out of his cone. Sherbet passing by him. Zoom in a little bit. Kind of here. There we go. That ought to do it. A lot of the times that Sammy isn't visible on camera, she's actually kind of to the left of this one. She's sneaky that way. Hey there, Aniji. I'm doing okay. Had some stuff checked on today. They don't know what it is, but we're trying some other stuff, you know. We're probably just going to be scribbling a little bit this stream, Aniji. Trying to get back into the swing of things, get everything working. But we'll see how some of these things go. I've been expanding my playlist. It's enjoyable. Here. See if that helps. Eyes of P, huh? I've seen some people play that one. Did seem kind of interesting. It's effectively been fixed, Levi. There's a lot going on in the background to facilitate that. I use the classic program to use for PC as an intermediary if you're going to try to improve the tracking is vBridger. It's really good. The problem is that it still has trouble tracking my eyes, and the interface for fine-tuning it is bad. So I use one called Vitamins, which you can use effectively JavaScript to tweak incoming values. So my eyes are one of the things that I carefully control. That's why they blink cleanly. So, yeah, technically I fixed it. Yeah, I'd agree with that, Aniji. The problem is that From Software's Dark Souls games and Elden Ring and whatnot have a vibe to them. And a lot of the games that other companies make are inspired by, let's say. And so you get a lot of the baggage that comes with that terminology is that when they say Souls-like, they mean a particular thing, you know? But is that what the player who is approaching it thinks? That kind of thing, you know? It's a really thick line. Don't want that. One and this one. Find the paint bucket. There it is. You back to Rush. Lots of chats to have open. A lot of people have their chat on the screen. The difficulty being that I've run into too many people that would lead to me having to take down a VOD or edit it, which is effectively taking down a VOD. As far as YouTube is concerned, that I just don't put the chat on the screen, which can be complicated since I know that there are, you're going to be seeing chatters from, or you're going to be hearing me refer to chatters from multiple different platforms. So it's a thing. Angle on this, right? Oh, what's another thing that I'm working on? This is one of the things that's been taking my time. I used my I've used some of my manic periods to help facilitate actually getting this set up. It's not printing anything neat right now, but it's doing stuff. I'm hoping to eventually get it doing something neat. It's just doing a performance test print right now. Lots of little fiddly bits on it that printers often fail on. I think I've remembered to bring up all of my chats right now, so we should be good. I'm also trying something that's a little different as far as animation and legibility in general. I think it does help the eye tracking. Different posture, different kind of chair, that kind of thing. Let's see. This to be a smaller brush. 20. Black needs to be on the layer. Yes, that's a 3D printer, Levi. Filament-based 3D printer. I tried a resin one a little bit ago. It's still around. I've just got to find a solution for using it that doesn't require exposing it to super high and low temperatures, and that doesn't require exposing me and my cats to poison gas. Still a pretty hefty line. But yeah, it should be a fun thing. see my cursor right now. It's going to be a problem. Can I solve that? Hey there, Bubbles. Welcome. Doing good over here. Hope you are as well. Is there something for the cursor? Ouch. Is it at least a walking cast? Here we go. Cursor. May help. Let's fiddle with that some more. Hardcore configuration action. That's what the people want. So that's what they're gonna get. Yeah. Like full immobilization kind of cast, brace kind of cast. Yeah, that'll probably do it here. Get my targeter going. Just warm up a little bit here. Yeah, that does seem like it's going to impair your work. One of the interesting things with stuff like that is sometimes the bosses have to see how stupid their assertion is before it sticks. Because they're going to have you come out there and pay to do that, and you're not going to be able to do any of that super fast. Hey there, Firo. Krita is... I mean, it's fine for me. This is the first kind of real drawing program that I've been using. I have tried things like GIMP, and I'm not willing to pay for Adobe since a lot of that is the name. It's got great features, don't get me wrong, but this is a nice middle ground. I'm using kind of a screenless newbie to this kind of thing tool. Well, hopefully things get better, Bubbles. It always kind of sucks to get that, to get an injury, you know, shockingly. Wider, right? Yeah, casual stream today. Casual stream today. I heard, I haven't tried it myself really, but I did hear somebody say they'd been using Fire Alpaca for a while and that it was doing good for them. How would that be? Tilts up, it's kind of like this. Way too severe on the shortening there. So the way I'm drawing this implies that it's more of like a long rectangle, since this the sizing of this is inconsistent, but hey, we're rolling with it. That's way off. I'm trying to do some spatial practice here. Because we'd have something kind of like... moving in that direction at the moment. Like that, we rotate to the side, we're going to see something like... that. That's if we had turned... not even that close there. That's why we're doing this. That's why we're doing this. I'm still at the stage where this is like pre-anatomy stuff. I'm not trying to get that detailed grasp of a human form. I'm trying to get a grasp of objects in space. You know, like the pigs. So I'm okay with things being sketch. The box and then I just rotate it full on its side. Get that. Yeah. Yeah. The talent is not... talent is an advantage early, but it's not the thing that's going to make it work for you. I had that same talk with a lot of people learning programming. It's a way of thinking, and it's a skill set to develop. There are some people that are adept at thinking that way when they start, so they've got a leg up, but that's not like that's not a forever thing. Rotate it up a little further. That angle is sharper. Weaker, broader. Up like that. We do that even more. This line sharper here. Still gonna have that going on. That. If we get to perfect midpoint and it's an actual cube, we've got this. Still a little... Yeah, if this sticks for me, like long term, then I would probably move towards having a tablet screen. For the same reason, I like to look at what I'm sketching. Freehanding is like when you're doing life drawing and whatnot, being able to sketch as you're looking at it without looking down at the paper is useful, but I like being able to look at the paper. Right now, it's kind of a combination of all of the problems. Is I would have to have the reference on the screen here, and I'm paying attention to the screen. At least I have the cursor. The cursor actually makes a big difference, because then I don't need to worry as much that I can't see where my pencil is going, you know? If nothing else, I do like the little tablet drawing mitten. You seen these? They're like a really lightweight glove that you wear on the last two fingers on your drawing hand. It's neat. It blocks the capacitance of the hand. Is too wide, but it's a bit wider than it is tall. This line becomes even sharper still. Actually should be a little sharper, but tilts up till eventually we would just get to that. We're looking straight on, you know. But one of the get into it without just relying 100% on life drawing that I've seen regularly is figuring out how to convert the forms that you're looking at into simple shapes. This is not like something special or new. I mean, this is old tech. But converting a body into a series of simple shapes so that you can get the posing and the space correct, the proportions correct. Then you start filling in the bits. Juicy or not. So part of setting up this operation here involved getting floor tiles down. And I don't know how I did it, but I torqued my left arm in a new and interesting way. So that's still recovering, but it's not impeding anything. It just makes it stiffer than normal. Okay. Just do some line work here. Not that button. I always misclick that on the pen if the pen gets rotated. Figure out a different way to put the tablet here, since it kind of interferes. Yeah, for those that didn't know, or if you're not on the Discord, which you can find in the link in the abouts of my videos and similar, seamless plug, Sky has been recovering from a mystery injury. He managed to cut one of his hind toe pads, and he has been bandaged for the better part of a week, more than a week at this point, and has just now, he has the stitches out, and now is the first time that he's out of his cone, and I think he's feeling a lot better for it. Terrible. One of the things I'm having to learn that is a habit that I'm breaking from, using pen and paper is reliance on just my wrist for movement, because it creates this propensity for these arc movements when I'm drawing. And that's a problem. So learning to not drag my hand on it as much and move the whole arm seems to help. Anybody looking forward to any of the games coming out in the near future? There's quite a bit. Of course, I am interested in the remaster of the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney games. We're definitely going to be playing that. I like me some Phoenix Wright. And if it looks like I'm concentrating, I'm not concentrating so much that I can't eventually get to chat, so. Just like when we're playing Monster Hunter, it's not a matter of we are too focused and don't want interruption. It's that we're so focused that it might take us a moment to notice the message, so please don't be offended. Okay. Good call. Good call, Jigumi. And hey, welcome. Haven't seen you in a bit. How have you been? We're doing simple shape drawing. Oh. Busy with anything publicly disclosable? So prior to trying this kind of thing, the primary thing that I would do would be sprite art. Once again, plug for the Discord channel, the old Twitch emote that I used to have and used to use, the science emote, is still on the Discord server, and that is pixel art that includes the Catbot Classic, as it were. Back from the Noita days. That's a good point. I really should get a Nightbot command for my LinkTree and my Discord. Of course, I wish Nightbot was set up such that you could have unified configuration for both Twitch and YouTube. It's actually kind of a hassle. Since for added fun, Nightbot's UI shows no difference between Twitch and YouTube, as in you can't really tell which one you're logged into. I should be able to get them, but if you want to pop them into Discord somewhere, it would save me the time. Right now, the primary thing that Nightbot accomplishes is reminding people not to spoil the game and not be jerks. So it could definitely use some more actual function. On my Discord server, I do have a couple for various things. I don't have a specifically mod forum, but I could have that. I have one right now that's set up for like auto moderation messages and the like. It's another thing I should do. Let's see. There's Ace Attorney. There's that Pal World that we're seeing a lot of streamers do in early access right now. DM will be fine. I might have... I think you should be able to DM me. Part of this track that gets me is the background chorus. Really faint during this sequence, but you can hear them. Yeah, it's... I finally started making a new playlist, and I've been accruing more and more songs with the hope that it won't loop as much. And hey there, casemate. Yeah, we're drawing shapes. Also, got this set up today for those that are coming in. It's just doing a test print right now, and the chroma keying on the background is a bit wonky, and the camera looking at it is not level, and it hurts me. But it do be printing. We'll see what I can come up with. I've got some other things that'll print once I get a better idea of the quality level at the size of the thing that it renders. So longest term, given that we're right about like the 1 year anniversary of my formal debut, when I said I was going to do this kind of thing, is to actually prime and paint some of those models, ideally in a hand cam session. Unfortunately, that amount of construction and preparation still has a ways to go. There's a whole shelf I've got to tear down for that. But I primarily want to put, I mean, I'm not averse to painting little character figures, you know, your classic wargaming soldiers and the like. But this is an FDM printer, so it's not great at that. You have to be very careful of the level of detail you try to put into those because there are limits. I do have a resin draw set of printers, but I don't have a solution for the poison gas, so that's not going into operation until I can figure that out. Another one. Oh, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I'm looking forward to that. Like a Dragon was a lot of fun. I did see that, Levi. Thank you. Yeah. I would need a full-on duct fan, and I would also need to contain the area a little bit. You need heavy ventilation for those things. It's already toxic for people to inhale too much of it, and it would be on the same ground floor as my cats. And I can't have any risk to them in that regard. So that's what I'm trying to work out a solution to. It's largely a location issue. Okay. We did some shapes. Yeah, I wonder if I could figure out a way. Maybe I'll have to get somebody in again and get a quote on a window. Or at least a duct vent for that purpose. And then I can actually try to learn how to use the thing without completely messing it up. Resin printers are also fiddlier. Okay. Now what? Let's take a quick moment. Let me see if I can find a reference here to fiddle with. Do. Here. Looking. I think, yeah, it's the old kind of original era Forge World stuff is pricey, and I mean, sadly, they haven't bumped up the quality since they originally started running them. Now, there are still there's the newer accessories and whatnot, but those still show a lot of quality problems. Yeah, I think the missing thing, Gumi, is a location to vent to. Like, I need to have what amounts to like a chemical hood. It's got a vent outside is the trick, but that also means I need to have a way to get the vent to actually run outside. You know, like through a hole. Which then means I need like a window or a dedicated aperture, or it's going to be a thing. But it's a doable thing. It's a doable thing. Because having the combination of FDM and resin is gives some flexibility, because resin is mass overkill for some things that FDM can do very easily, and resin allows for way more detail than some things that you do with FDM need. FDM can also be a lot more durable than most of the resins. Looking through some reference photos here. Might have to do that as well. Put a forum there for people listing suggested references. What to scribble. Well, I can't pick something, so we're going to go with tried and true. Let's find a cat picture. Well, a little bit of a connection hiccup there. Yeah, there's no end of that available in references there, Gumi. Wonder if I can reach that. That would even be viable. Maybe. Who's all that room anyway? We're grabbing a reference photo to work from here, folks. Angie Kitty. Gosh. It comes down to how you end up using the references. It's, in a lot of cases, references end up being the thing that you use to learn structure and to test it. But you do get plenty of folks that have the kind of a paper doll stencil that they use to just generate a whole bunch of stuff, which I think is much a... It's a crutch that eventually holds you back, but not because it's a reference, you know? Like one of the classic ones I see is like Twitch emotes. And there will be a template that is just like the shape of the head with the eyes and all of the extra stuff. And what you do to fill it in is you go in and you put the clothes and the hair on them, essentially. I feel like that doesn't really do them any favors as far as how it functions, you know? There are a lot of things that's interesting to look back. I know art used to be a big hobby of mine, and it just didn't happen. And I think a lot of that ends up being... It's definitely up higher. Yep. Same way I'm looking at things like 3D printing and whatnot might be an opportunity to learn to use stuff like Blender, if only from a hobbyist perspective. Get my low poly art on for a bit. Kind of a Hey Arnold going on with this cat here. right. Do at least another scrub pass on this. Welcome back, Bubbles. A little bit of the shoulder there. That drops down towards off there. This part's all kind of fuzzed, so it's thereabouts. Let's more fluff here. That out a little bit. This out a little. Almost got a little kitty cat Darth Vader helmet going for that part of it. Layer? Yeah, I think I am. Going on here? Oh, okay. New layer. Automatic forms, man. Right at all. Bottom. Hardly see the jaw at all. What we've got is this kind of twisty jawline for the teeth going. I should have chosen a cat that doesn't have quite as much of a snaggletooth look to it. Got real why are you waking me up vibes here. Those eyes corrected a bit here. Not really a line there, just like this isn't really a line. It's a real weird impression of its look. All right, Bubbles. No worries. Free. Yeah, see, the proportions are wrong here. I think the head needs to be a little bit bigger for this, so. Yeah. Oh, that's polygon select tool. Need lariat. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Functions. There we go. That, then we do that. That looks better. Wow. Better. We're working with what we got. Both the source material and my capabilities. That's smoother than I'm making it look. That's why. Really emphasizing a joint that we can't see. Should be much more. Some of that concealed more by the belly and not that one, this one. Digital art advantage, go. Hey there, Tess. It's indeed a cat stream. Hey, Ben, Tess. Weird work day, huh? Oof. Well, that stings. We can close some lines here. Okay, getting there. That sounds rough there, Tess. I think you mentioned something like that yesterday. Like a miscommit, dropped a branch accidentally or something along those lines? I mean, in the post-mortem of the incident, you can list, well, you know, there was a critical flaw and I just had to start from scratch. It was necessary for quality control. That's why the whole project was late and I had to start over in an opportune time. Oof. Oof. Oh, source control glitch. There were plenty of times when I wish I could have said, oh, we don't have time for a post-mortem. Angry people with acronym names would come in there and be like, how dare? How dare you not justify this failure in, like, grotesquely verbose fashion to people who don't understand what you're doing or why some of these things happened? Let's see if this worked. Okay. This layer, and we actually fill it with gray. We put that back layer. Work. Oh, that's right. Let's be in paint mode. Then we fill it with gray. Paint mode. Then a brush. Fill it with gray. Excellent. Okay. This, then create a group out of that. Cut the layer here. Here it's alpha. Zoom out. Sample there. Actually take that sample there. Brush, airbrush. Color, right? using the correct color, right? That one. Airbrush tool. Brush mode. Is it working? Is it? It's just not terribly visible, the difference there. There we go. That. Oop. That. We'll blend the darker areas in a little bit once we're further along. But we'll see how it goes. Out. No, not that. That in there. We'll blend it a little bit once we get rolling here. Thanks, Gumi. And what I want is over that. We want Really light color there. Hey there, Dark. Doing pretty good. Doing a bit of kitty cat sketching here. Let's do carrot. Go there. Faintest little socks on this guy. That's a good question. How do you think you got this recommended? Are you pleasantly surprised, or do you think this might be for your sins? Well, I'm glad. It's a very chill day. We sometimes do gaming and whatnot, but today is just a relax with the kitties and pretend to draw. It's that one that we used last, yeah. Back into the darker layer. I am aware of Warrior Cats, Dark. I know it is a popular series with some folks. I know there's some characters in it with suspect behaviors. Let's do make this fur layer there. Need to do this properly. Okay. That work? No. Okay. Okay, no. This all still needs to be have a sublayer here. this even work? Let's try it real quick here. Yeah, it worked. Good. Then we're going to change this to this pale color here. I'm on now. Why you know fill-in? Let's try this. There we go. Okay. So then you back. So now we can go in, new layer, top that, get our brush, do a solid fill here. There's a way to do this. There we are. Get for I'm not familiar with the characters, Dark, only the existence of the series. It's all cockeyed in this. Do for brush, brush, brush. detail than we're going to get in this. I see. Okay, now we use above. We are going to color, and we in let's see if we can get. Hey there, Skull. Sorry if I didn't notice that sooner. Things are going pretty well. Try to repair this so I can see your chat more easily if it happens again. Not that button. This button. Sorry for the delay there. We need... You need to correct the lines there, but I don't think we're gonna. Hello, Sky. Sky is out of his cone, so he's much more social. Gosh. It's going to... I want you to pay attention to me. Brief interruption by Cat here. This guy needs his chin scratched, and there is no negotiating right now. Which means I definitely can't draw. Here. See how that's going. There's still not really a lot to see. It's going to be a bit before it gets to the part where there's some differentiation, and the lighting is not great anyway. But hey. This is all slipping here. Just fixing some other stuff that the cats have disrupted. Needs a lot of extra attention. That's the idea, casemate. Later I'll get it tweaked so it's a bit more visible, but it's going to require a lot more tweaking to get there. Okay, what we're going to do is we're just going to use a couple of colors here. We're going to start with that one. I see you there, sir. He says, you stopped petting me. What if I touch the mouse? Would you pet me if I touch the mouse? He really is, he really does need more attention right now. He's feeling the neglect. He spent a whole week with a bandage on his paw Then he had to keep going into the vet to get the bandage changed. And then once he got the bandage off, he kept trying to like lick at the fresh healed wound, and couldn't let him mess with it because he might damage it even after the stitches were out. So he had to have the cone put on him every time. Poor little guy. He was not having a great time. Okay, for the most part, we've got kind of this going on. Hey, no, none of that. You walked away. He walks off and then he loops back and is like, "You stop petting me," smacks the mouse. Ah, troublemaker. Troublemaker. You can't see Sky on camera right now. Let's see here. Hey, quit that. He should be visible. Yeah, he's in the upper right there. Ember in the top. Sherbet in the top left. Sky in the top right. Sammy left center. And then Mason bottom center. We do have all of them visible right now. Yeah. It is nice. He was really he was having a bad time, so it's good to see that he is feeling better. That's what happened. Put that. Put that. No, that won't actually work. Let's wait for it to do the flood fill and fail. So what's going to happen is that the whole mouth is about to turn this color. Stop that. Reason. Yeah. The layer that I pasted into didn't have an outline. It has a mask, but that doesn't count. So we'll do this the correct way. Up a bit. Toothers there. Now let's go back through. That's the base fur color. Here are the darker spots. Let's go in and do a smudge. See, I don't have to worry about going over the light spots because the highlighted areas are their own layer, so I can deal with that independently. Spots. This cat has some real why am I awake now kind of energy, doesn't it? It's even got the little smushed cheek fluff here from when it was on the pillow. That up a little bit. Fixing. There we go. Reasonable. Reasonable, I think. Is the reference thing. I'll figure it out eventually. But yeah. There we go. All right. I'm still feeling a little bit under the weather, so we are going to have a shorter stream today. I think we're going to wrap it up here. But glad everybody could join us today. Let's see this. This is kind of adorable. You can't quite see it, but his right paw is curled up under her head. She is like cradled in his paw. They're mushed together. But yeah. I don't have the schedule up for the rest of the week. I know the Monster Hunter stream is delayed until Sunday, I believe. Last minute changes of plans. I will be trying to fill in some other stuff. That said, some stuff is dropping on the 19th, so I'll probably try to fire up whatever I have available then. And we'll see from there. So again, I hope you all had a good time watching tonight. If you liked what you saw and would like to see more, remember to like, subscribe, follow. Just push the buttons. They're all good. Most of them are good. Push the good ones. So that the algorithms know that you'd like to see more of this kind of thing. If you'd like to be more engaged with the community, there is a link in the video descriptions in my profiles and whatnot to a link tree that will take you to my other channels as well as my Discord server. So let's see. There's a lot of different ways that raids happen, so I'm going to see if anybody is active right now. And we're going to try to hit those buttons. Anybody active right now? No. Nope on that end. So, no. Okay, we tried. We tried. All right, folks. Again, I hope you have you had a nice time, and I hope the rest of your night is good as well. Have a good night.